Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture just to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Let's do our housekeeping. Let's do our housekeeping because we are about to get into our little show that could and is doing, y'all. All right, you see it on the screen. Please help me reach 3,000 subscribers. Please like and share this video. Please tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a kin, tell that helper that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. It will make your life better. All right, let me see what else I need to be scrolling. Scrolling. Let's hide this. All right. You see it down there? The Black Hamptons. Yes, yes. Shout out to Lamont Sampson who let me know that our little show that could is back. I don't know how long it's been back because once it left, I got rid of BET Plus, but once it came back and I see the episodes, I got BET Plus so that I can go ahead and review this little gem of a show. So, for those of you all that have joined me from my Jonathan Majors thing, let me reintroduce myself. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies and television series. This is what this is. This is a little gem that was on BET Plus last year. Carl Weber's The Black Hamptons. I believe he wrote a book about this. I do have my playlist. Even when you subscribe to this channel, you will be open to a plethora of playlists that show all the movies and television series that I have reviewed. So what we're going to get into, again, I don't want this to be too long. I want to get in and get out. I want to show you all what's going on over here now. We are back in the Black Hamptons. We are back with the Britons. And we're also back with the Johnsons. And all the little things that are going on. So we get back into the swing of it. As you remembered last year, now I'm getting back into it and I'm remembering names. So I have the IMDb up. So I may interchangeably use their real names versus their character names. But once we get back into the swing in it, we won't have that issue and won't have that problem. So we are introduced to some new people that have come on here who are on the scene that may be causing some havoc. So you remember at the end of last season, Anthony Johnson almost lost his business, but a man named Cora, last name Cora, came in and saved the day. So he was getting ready to do business with Mr. Cora, and Vanessa Britton, who's married to Malcolm Britton now, she brokered that deal. And so she has her business aligned in this deal. So at the beginning of this, and like I said, I'm not going to go over point by point. We're just going to go over all to kind of get you in the feel of what's going on. So we are introduced to Mr. Cora's son, Aries Cora. And baby, he's a flirt. Baby, he is running around here with Jeffrey Bowen, who is played by Brian White. As you remember, Jeffrey Bowen has been his family has been the attorney for the Britons since I think his grandfather, if I'm not mistaken. So they have been the attorney for this family for a very long time. And his wife is the big real estate person in the Hamptons where they are at. And so Aries seems to be interested in old Jeffrey's wife. So he's a new player on the thing. And then we are introduced to Bobby the Beast Boyd. He is a professional boxer. They have him set up like the character of Floyd Mayweather, money making Mayweather and stuff like that. So they have him, that's the character that he is portraying. So we see him coming in as the big boxing champ, and he has this big bout. I'm saying it's a boxing house. I don't know exactly what they have, boxing production company, boxing company, whatever, where he has a lot of fighters up under his umbrella and they do fights and all this other stuff. So he has come into the scene now. He Now he is dating uh Corinne. Now Corinne is played by Black China. Now Corinne's sister is married to Anthony. That's Elise Neal. She's Sydney. That's her character name. So he, Bobby the Beast, is dating uh, Corinne to the chagrin of Martin Britton. Because you remember at the end of the last episode, uh, Carolyn Britton, their mom, the mother of Malcolm and Martin, made Martin stop seeing Corinne because it wasn't, she didn't feel like Corinne was up to the standards. But he really truly liked Corinne. He really truly liked Corinne. They understood each other. And so he let her go. He basically ghosted her and then threw her off his yacht. And so now she's dating Mr. Boyd. So he is there to shake up some things. And we were also introduced to Everett. Now, if you did not watch last season, you are unfamiliar that Malcolm Britton is bisexual. And he was dating this one guy. And then he left that guy because his mama told him to go back and marry Vanessa, in which he did because him and Vanessa have a son together. And so, which he did. And so now Everett is going with Malcolm's ex. And so I think he's here to shake up some tables, child. So in this first episode, it was centered around a art auction. There was a black artist, and she was selling a lot of her pieces. The Britons were going to purchase some pieces, make them appreciate and value, and then sell them on. Therefore, they were making some money and things like that. So it centers around this whole thing, and all of these players are at this art gallery, and they're bidding against each other. So Martin makes a dig at Bobby the Beast Boyd, that he gets what he wants, and he's a banker. He still gives me that that pretty boy type situation, but he's also wanting to flex his muscles. But Bobby looks like he got it from the mud. He has a good amount of money, and he doesn't mind flexing this money. So they all go bidding for paintings, right? So you got Bobby and Martin bidding against each other. And then you have Malcolm and Everett bidding against each other. So Martin wins his. He only paid maybe, I think, like $50,000 above what it was worth. But he feels like, hey, we can make this money back. But baby, old Malcolm, Everett was bidding, and Malcolm starts bidding because he wants to one up old Everett. And baby done messed around. A painting that was probably worth $175,000. Malcolm has bidded on this painting, and now he has paid probably $350,000 more than what it's worth. He paid $500,000 for this painting, all because he wanted to show up Everett to his ex. It's a mess. So now he's upset because he has to explain to his mother why he just spent $500,000, and he wanted Martin to take the blame for that. Martin's like, I'm not taking the blame for nothing. You take the blame for that. I'm not about to do this. And so, but it ends up, she punishes them both. She tells them they don't get their bonuses for the year because the bonuses were tied into that money. Carolyn tells Martin, you're the person who was the expert in art, and you should have stopped your brother. And, vice versa. So, that gets over, but it does get a little overbearing that Carolyn is as overbearing as she is. Now, baby, let me tell y'all something. Old Papa Britton is supposed to have gotten out of jail. And Papa Britton is played by oh Lord have mercy, Beyonce Knowles' mama's probably ex-husband by now, child. Oh, what is this man's name? Larson. Bianca Larson's daddy. Oh, what's his name? I can't think of what his name is, child. Don't get me, whatever. But anyway, he's Daddy Britton. He's trying to get out of jail. So you remember I told you that Jeffrey Bowen is his lawyer. And Jeffrey gives me this, he thinks he knows everything, but see, he doesn't get down in the dirt, in the mud, like people need to get down dirt in the mud like he needs to. So he always seems one step behind. And so what happens is Carolyn Britton hires this new attorney. and she uses this new attorney to keep her husband in jail. She wants to keep him in jail, I think up until Labor Day, because there's some deals and things like that that she wants to acquire, that she wants to do. And she figures if she can keep him in jail just long enough, so even when he does get out, he's not going to be as effective as he could be. But baby, she wasn't counting on old Miss Kimberly. Now, Kimberly is the assistant, and she is her assistant. But baby, we find out at the end of the second episode. So I'm combining both of the episodes because, like I said, all of these things are important. So we find out at the end of the episode that Kimberly, even though she is working for the Britons, and Carolyn treats her some kind of way, we find out that her daddy is Mr. Britain. Child, a mess. A straight mess. Because Carolyn doesn't know at this point. And so she's undercover in there. And now she's going to give him information. So let me tell you the information she's going to give him. She's going to let him know what Carolyn is doing, trying to keep him in jail and all this other stuff, bribing the judge's nephew, and the judge nephew paying for the judge to go away because the nephew doesn't want the judge to get in trouble with anything illegal. So he just put some little things in his ear. A mess. So let's get back to the other thing. So we have the Johnsons. We have Sydney Johnson, who's married to Anthony Johnson. You remember Anthony Johnson is the one with the brains and the know-how, and he got into business with this Mr. Cora. Baby, we find out that Mr. Cora used to be a defense contractor. So that tells me he probably at some point used to be in the military. And we understand that this man is ruthless. He has ties to the Russian mob and the Italian mob. Apparently, Anthony needs to think his partner's lucky stars, who gets in the business of knowing the stuff, or at least knowing somebody that he can ask. So Anthony and his partner go up to meet with Anthony's partner's cousin, who knows a lot of shady folk. And baby, he tells them that Mr. Cora is not one to be messed with nor to be played with. So why is this important? It is because Anthony's company was in deal with Mr. Cora to put these cell phones out. And they were going to put these cell phones out. But what has happened is they got their cell phones, they got a certain part of the device from South Korea. And that device on about 100,000 phones didn't work with the phones. And so now, sorry about that. So now the product that they have is worthless. They can't send it to market because the phones are not going to work. And they find out that Mr. Cora is one of those people that when you do business with, if you piss him off, he may kill you. And Anthony, though he is brilliant in business, he is naive to the ways of some certain ways of the world. He thinks that if you do handshake and do good business, things are going to work out. And he's slowly realizing, and that's why his business partner is so important for him, because he should be handling the business and Anthony should be in the tech office handling the tech. And so Anthony was really naive until he realized that Mr. Cora is the real damn deal. And so he's now running around here a little nervous, a little scared. So he is working on making sure that the stuff that's going on with these phones work and they work appropriately and everything is being real copacetic, because they don't want to get on Mr. Cora's bad side, because they don't want to be out of here. Baby. And then we go back to the side characters. This is what I call them. They are pertinent to the show. We have the kids, and they are with the kids. You remember we had the boxer who was dating Malcolm's son. The boxer's ex-girlfriend is now dating Malcolm, and he wants her back. And so he's been calling and doing all kinds of stuff. Well, he is involved with Bobby the Beast Boyd, simply because Bobby the Beast Boyd has offered them a contract for him to fight under him. The father, who is the police officer of the boxer, He wants his son to go into the Olympics, and he has been training him and doing all these things. Like, you go to the Olympic trials, you win your Olympic medal, and then you go out here and box. He is trying to pattern him a la Muhammad Ali. But this boy wants money. He's 23 years old. He's working and working hard. And he wants to see the fruits of the labor that he has done. He doesn't want to get out here and to go into the Olympics. And what happens if he loses? No one is going to want to take him as a professional boxer. So he's seeing now that everybody has a lot of cachet in wanting him to box right now. His father is right. You don't take the first deal. And if Master P didn't teach you anything like that, because if they want to throw $600,000 at you, what are you actually really worth? If they're throwing 600,000, you probably are worth 6 million. They need to throw that 6 million at you as a bonus, and then get the percentage off the fights that you win. Shout out to Master P. So we see them going through some conflicts and the kids right now are just being kids. Their storyline hasn't really vamped up. But Jeffrey Bowen's wife, Leslie, baby, she out here. I didn't realize she out here looking good, looking fine, like wine and chocolate and strawberries and all this other stuff. Didn't realize that they were working on having a baby. So you got this young lady out here taking all these fertility things and all this other stuff going on, and you let me tell it, all them fertility drugs and all this other stuff is probably making her look and smell a little bit better than what she is, because they're all of these hormones are being introduced in her body, and they have a cycle that they're supposed to follow as far as when they need to be doing the deal and all this other stuff. But Jeffrey is so focused on getting Mr. Britton out that and he's stupid. Then now you know that there's a calendar that you have to follow. You mean to tell me that no time during that day you couldn't smack it, flip it, and rub it down? Oh no. You mean to tell me that? You crazy. You mean to tell me you couldn't just hit it and quit it at the time she just asked you? Jeffrey, I need you to get a haircut, and then I need you to get it together. Because Aries, Cora, is eyeing your wife. Oh, baby, he is eyeing your wife. He's smelling them fertility drugs. He is so much eyeing your wife. I'm going to need for you to get it together. Child, Sydney is running around here listening to the cackling hens talk about what's going on with Vanessa and her husband. And she done internalized it. And baby, she done went and confronted Vanessa. And now Vanessa is about to sick somebody on her. I don't know who it is, when it is, and how it is. But Vanessa is about to sick her on her, because I don't think Vanessa is interested in her husband more. She is interested in the deal, because she wants to be able to have enough money. So if her relationship with Malcolm goes sour, she can still have a good footing and still have a good footing in the Hamptons. All right. So that's episode 1 and 2. Episode 1 was called The Art of the Game, and episode 2 was called Picture Perfect. I combined them both because talking about each one on their own and going in by in, it wasn't for me enough information to do that. However, combined 10 minutes on each episode, or to combine the episodes, I think we've done a pretty good job. What do y'all think about episode 1 and 2? Child, this is my little show that could, it gives me soap opera vibes, and I am loving it. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please help me get to 3,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. I am back on my grind of these TV shows, honey, and this is my little show that could, and that is the Black Hamptons, and this is my review, recap of episode 1 and 2. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this show. Have you not watched the show? That's okay. You can go back into my playlist. It's listed under the Black Hamptons, and you definitely can look at my recaps. It'll catch you up, and you can watch along with me. All right, people. We do this every week. And like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. I really do appreciate all of you that have subscribed to me I am at let me see, let me take my listing. Thank you so much for 698 subscriber. Hey, I'm two away from 700, but I'm appreciative of you 698. Help me get to 3,000. All right. Please tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that coworker, tell that helper that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.